Good morning. On behalf of the City of Richmond Hill and members of Council, I am honored to join you here today on this important day of remembrance. Thank you very much to our federal and provincial members of Parliament in attendance today, MP Vincent Ho, MP Melissa Lanceman, MPP Laura Smith, MPP Michael Parsa, MPP Daisy Y. We appreciate the support of Richmond Hill veterans and residents, and I'd also like to acknowledge my council colleagues in attendance here today. Regional Local Council Deputy Mayor Godwin Chan, Regional Local Councillor Joe DiPaolo, Ward 1 Councillor Carol Davidson, Ward 2 Councillor Scott Thompson, Ward 4 Councillor Simon Tree, Ward 5 Councillor Karen Silovitz, and Ward 6 Councillor Michael Shue. I'd also like to thank Richmond Hill Fire and Emergency Services Chief Brian Burbage and York Regional Police Chief Jim McSween for representing your teams of first responders. Thank you also to the many volunteers at the Royal Canadian Legion Branch 375 here today in Richmond Hill for your commitment and hard work. We appreciate your efforts to organize this important annual memorial, as well as the ongoing work that you do to support veterans and their legacy here in Richmond Hill. Also, thank you to the cadets joining us here today. And finally, I'd like to offer my thanks to the Richmond Hill City staff for the support in organizing today's ceremony. Today, I am humbled to stand among veterans, serving personnel, and first responders, individuals who represent courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to the greater good. Thank you for your service, thank you for your sacrifice, and thank you for safeguarding the peace that we hold dear. Each Remembrance Day, I find myself reflecting on the sacrifices made by our veterans that have shaped the lives and freedoms that we enjoy here in Richmond Hill and across the country. This Remembrance Day, join me as we look to our past with reverence and to our future with resolve. As we look up and down Yonge Street and see the flags and the names of the local heroes, Earl Hughes, Everett Toms, Russell Fleming, Matthew Dinning, William John Adams, Rex Arnett, we are reminded that peace was not given to us, it was earned. These individuals and countless others stood in defense of our country and our values. Their legacy lives on in our community daily as we enjoy freedom. Today, we can commit to our shared responsibility to cherish and nurture the peaceful society that we are so fortunate to have. Some say we're lucky to live in peace, but peaceful times are not a result of luck. They're a result of service and sacrifice. It is the gift of those who stood firm in the face of war and those who continue to stand on guard today, protecting us from conflict and disruption. We must never forget how insidious the roots of conflict can be, how slowly and imperceptibly our foundations of democracy can be eroded right before our eyes. To properly honor the sacrifices made by our troops, we need to be courageous enough to speak up, get involved, and take action to protect the democratic systems and freedoms that we value so much in Canada. There are a lot of subtle and not so subtle threats happening today in our world. I believe to truly honor our soldiers, we have a sense of duty to uphold the values that promote the delicate balance of peace. To my fellow residents, I say this: peace is not passive. It is something we must foster every day. When we treat each other with respect, when we listen, when we learn, when we lead with empathy, we honor our veterans because these are the foundations of peace. In the Richmond Hill community, we see this in action every day. In the kindness of neighbours, the inclusivity of our community groups, and the respect shown across cultures and generations. These are acts that support harmonious coexistence and nurture the peace that we enjoy today in Richmond Hill. Let us remember that intolerance and hate are not just social failings, they're threats to peace. Every time we choose understanding over division, compassion over conflict, we honor our veterans. We honor their sacrifices. As the conflicts around the world in Ukraine continue and newly recognized peace in the Middle East demonstrate, war is not a distant memory, and peace is a fragile state. It must be protected, it must be pursued, and it must be cherished. In 2025, let us renew our pledge to uphold the values our veterans fought so hard for: freedom and unity. Let us teach our children not only the history of war, but the importance of peace. Let us share stories, attend ceremonies, and support those who served. As I look to our future, I am hopeful and optimistic because I know that we've come all this way together in celebration, in support, and in solidarity. In my own family, my grandmother's two brothers served in World War II. My great uncle Angus wrote a book about this experience. Each year at this time, I reread it to remind me of his sacrifice and that of countless others. But Remembrance Day is not about looking back. It's about carrying forward. It's about living in a way that honors those who gave everything. Let us never forget that the lives that we lead today were made possible by those who served. Let us honor them, not just with words on Remembrance Day, but with our actions every day, lest we forget.